Okay, so here's the thing. I've been postponing doing this video for quite a long time now. And I've been postponing it because I'm not gonna be able to do a perfect video. I'm not gonna be able to do it visually beautiful with all kinds of fancy cuts in the editing. I'm not gonna be able to do it with my hair and makeup done, not even with clean fucking hair. And I'm not going to be able to do it, perfectly. I'm only going to be able to do it like a human being. And so I've been postponing it because of fear. And fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of being criticized, fear of it not being good enough. And that is exactly the reason why I now choose to do it, and why because I want to show you and everybody else. And I believe that that is what the world needs right now, is someone who's actually just real and authentic and just themselves, and is a little bit more raw. And it's more important that it's real than that it's beautiful. And perfect is not something to strive for anyway. So I want to show you that it's possible to be comfortable, and it's possible to do it, and it's okay to do it, just being yourself. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but this whole picture perfect thing online, where everybody thinks everything is always beautiful and perfect because that's what we show on social media, that has gone too far. And that is creating a series of problems, mental health problems. And it's creating an unattainable ideal of what our lives should be like. So I want to show you what is the life actually like of someone who is constantly working on their mindset and working on the way that how do you say that? Like I'm constantly working with my conscious mind in changing my subconscious mind and understanding the subconscious mind, so that the two of them work together instead of against each other. Because that's what happens for most people, that all of the stuff in our subconscious mind actually works against us. And so this is what I'm a nerd in. This is my expert field. This is my genius zone. I'm a mental trainer and a mindset coach, and I teach other mental trainer and mindset coaches and educate mental trainers and mindset coaches. And then also regular people who actually want to have a fucking great life and not just a life that is fine. Because that's the thing we say here in Denmark, where I'm from. We say, like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. And we say it with a smile, but fine isn't very good. Fine is a word that allows us to not really think about it, and to not really share what's going on, and to not, like, we can say fine instead of, like, it's shit, or I'm not happy, or everything is boring and bland. But that's actually what the word fine means in my vocabulary. So this is not the meaning that everybody attaches to the word fine. We all attach our own different meanings to different words. And so we can't like assume that everybody else has the same meaning to the same words that we do. And so my meaning to the word fine is mediocre. It's boring. It's like, I suppose it could be worse, but it sure as hell could be better as well. That's what the word fine means in my world. And so I want to move us from fine to amazing. And how do we create a life that's fucking amazing? Even without living an extravagant life. Like, how do we do that without actually changing everything in our life? Like, how can we do that just changing the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we speak? And because we can. And And that's pretty exciting and that's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot we can do if we just change our mind. And so let me get back to the reason why I postponed doing this video. It's just one video too. Like, I want to do a really long series of a lot of videos, and this is just the first one. And the first one is the hardest one. And I'm sure you can relate that there's something in your life that you've been wanting to try or previously had wanted to try it, and it's the first time doing it is the most difficult and it's the most hard. And once you've done it once, the second time will become easier and easier and easier. And then you've also found out that you didn't die, and maybe your fears didn't, like, it just didn't happen what you were afraid of. But I want to go back to one of the fears that I mentioned in the start of the video, is the fear of being judged. Because I know that I will be judged on this video, but I will only be judged by each viewer on what they judge in themselves. Because that's how the mind works. Everything that you perceive in your surroundings and in other people is actually a projection of what is going on within you. And that means that whichever part of me that you like is only a reflection or like a projection of what you like in yourself. And what you will judge me on negatively is the same thing that you judge yourself on. And so knowing this means that when other people judge us, it doesn't have anything to do with us. And this is true for good and evil, right? So if you think I'm a fucking amazing human being, that's actually because there's a lot of stuff in me that you also possess that you like a lot in yourself. And also, if you think I'm an asshole, it's because there's some parts of yourself that you don't like that you see in me. And this is not a conscious concept for most people, okay? This is not a known conscious concept. But it is the way that it's working, and that is the way that our mind works. And so a really good practice, a really good place to start when we want to change our mind is to practice less judgment. Because each time we judge another person, we're actually judging ourselves. And the more we judge ourselves, the less we love ourselves. And the solution to a lot of problems, a lot of mindset problems, and a lot of problems in life in general is loving ourselves more. An amazing place to start is judging less. So each time we want to like assess what other people are doing, is it good, is it bad, could I do it better, could I do it worse, we're judging. And if we find this person boring or arrogant or whatever, we're judging. So change those thoughts. When it comes up for you, just stop yourself and say, oh, I'm practicing not doing that anymore. And then find something beautiful to say about the person instead, or think about the person instead. And this way, you will also practice finding beautiful things about yourself. And also, I'm just looking at my microphone, or let's just call it a mic. And this is one of the things that it would be more perfect if I had the longer, what's this called in English? I don't know, the longer line, right? So that the mic could just be on my clothes. But it's not at home right now. I have one and it's at the office, my boyfriend's office. So this is just the way I'm gonna do it. And if this small detail is enough to make someone stop following me, then that person isn't supposed to follow me, you know? And it's the same thing for you, of course. I want to inspire you to know that you can actually be yourself, and you can do it even though it's not perfect or like visually the most beautiful or whatever. So I am sitting here. I haven't showered in days, and I have a baby who's 4.5 months old. So time is just a different concept than before I had a kid. And I know that I'm going to shower tomorrow because I'm going to a baby swimming class with the baby, who's called Magnus in Danish. Magnus is in English. And so it's just a waste of time to shower today. And I'm sure that parents out there will relate. But who gives a shit? Like, you can't smell me on this video. Who gives a shit that my hair is a little greasy? Who gives a shit that underneath this shirt is a shirt with spit up on it from the baby, or that I've slept in the shirt that I've got underneath? Who gives a shit? That's not the purpose of this video. And I'm just a human being. And I want you to know that you are allowed to be your human, like the human being that you are, without having to fix everything up and everything looking beautiful all the time, because that's just not life. And we're also not supposed to only have positive feelings. We're supposed to have what we call negative feelings. But negative feelings don't feel good to have, and that's why they're called negative feelings. But it's not a negative thing to have them. It's actually necessary to have them. And it's a gift. Because if you never feel sad, you will never know true joy. And if you never feel, angry, you will never feel true gratitude and love and everything. So we need all of the emotions. And also emotions are actually a call to action when we have negative emotions. But let me get back to that in another video. Like, I could talk for 7 hours straight with just what comes up to me. I'm gonna chop it up into several videos because 7 hours would be a little too long. So here we are. I've made the first video. Maybe someone watched it to the end and maybe they didn't. That's actually not the purpose of this video. The purpose is to shoot it, to edit it, and to put it online. Here we are. Check mark. Happy days. And so maybe some of the things I shared in this video inspired you, or maybe you like some of the things. Write a comment below. What inspired you? What gave you maybe some kind of a relief, or like you have now my permission to just be you and not be perfect? And how does that feel? And what if you gave yourself permission? Anyway, write a comment if you have anything to say. And then here at the end, I just have one thing to say, which is make a great day, because actually it's completely up to you.